Hello, it's Simone. It's snippets from my desk time, but I need a cable first so that we can actually film. It's Saturday night and not Sunday morning because I have plans tomorrow morning. So I'm actually going to socialize. Ooh, I know. But I have some things to say. So I thought, why not say them tonight, especially with a little bit of vino in my system. They might come out more easily. The first thing is, it is, 46 minutes ago. I could just take off my cap. How about that? 46 minutes ago, the Hobonichi release went live. And what better way to not buy all the things? However, I think everything that I would want has already sold out, so I'm kind of safe. I promised myself last year that I would not purchase anything before November. So, interestingly enough, it's only 2 full months until November. September is tomorrow. So 2 full months, 61 days until November. That's not a lot. And I can definitely do this. So now that I said, I'm restraining myself from buying all the things, I did pre-order one planner, which is the supposedly new creative journal that I want to use in 2025, which is the Take a Note in A5 size. My family is watching TV. Because this is a snippets from my desk video, I make sure that I'm here, but I don't really care about background noises. If that's something that you are upset with, then please just don't watch my snippets from my desk videos. Because they are so casual, which is weird because all the other videos also don't get edited. Let's see if we can do some light. Ooh, that's bright. What is the right light for? I lost the sheet. I think there's 3 different ones. Maybe this one, maybe this one. It might be this one. Let me know if this is the right light to make colors appear correctly. My hands do look quite okay. So I did pre-order the Take a Note A5 because I have liked this planner for years. I never knew how I wanted to use it, but ever since I took note of the Take a Note planner, I would have loved to use one, but I never had a good plan for how I would use it. Now I have a good plan, but when I observed the Take a Note planners, I realized that they sold out quite early. So if you did not get in your pre-order, you would be out of luck by December. And so I just did not want to risk that. So I did pre-order that yesterday. And now I'm hoping I can make it all the way through to November to order my actual other planner. So I am planning on purchasing 1 week's, maybe an A5 cover for my future ink journal. And because I have a creative journal, I do have enough covers, but I'm like bored-ish. So I think maybe I will buy a new A5 cover. But maybe also not, I don't know. So I'm planning on purchasing a week's and some pencil boards. Because I have found, especially in the ink journal, it's really good to have one. And since I'm going to have another A5 book next year, plus I do have, what is it? This is an A5 this. However, I don't even know if I'm going to continue using that, but this ring bound thing is an A5. So I do have uses for A5 pencil boards, so I'm just going to stock up on some of those, the ones that I like. And that's all that I would want to get. So I don't need a new notebook. I don't want an A5 planner from them. I really don't need anything. So I'm trying to stay to restrain myself. And I really need to do the math if ordering from Hobonichi and getting the Uni Jetstream is worth the hassle. I mean, I did buy the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Lion Friends Sally, and that looks basically like the Hobonichi pen. Is this... No, let's just check if any of the lights can actually... Huh. No. Let's try this and reduce. Maybe this is a good color? So you just saw it. Comment down below. I would really love to have the companion to this pen in Uni Jetstream. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do the math and see how it's going to work out. And maybe if it makes sense to add something else that I know that I will use, like an A5 notebook, for instance. They now come in blank, graph and lined, so I could possibly use one as a journal. That could be an option. So yeah, I just wanted to say that it's really, really hard to refrain myself from ordering. Not anymore, I'm talking to you right now, but before I decided to film the video, I already put stuff into my cart. But I decided that I can stay strong, that I don't need it right now, and that I'm going to wait until I'm 100% sure that I really want to use a week's for planning next year, and that all the other plans are going to work out. I know that I saw Just Scribble, Siobhan from Just Scribble. I hope that's the way you're pronouncing your name. I'm sorry if I'm doing it wrong. So Siobhan from Just Scribble wanted to make her planners with 68 GSM Sanson paper and decided against it after she tested the paper because it did not meet her standards and quality expectations. So she changed the whole plan and made her books with 52 GSM Sanson paper. Had to do the kitchen first. Where was I? I want to do the paper test, and the take a note is coming in October, if I'm not mistaken. So even if it's by the end of October, beginning of November, I can do a media test, stamps, watercolor, fountain pens, and see how that paper reacts, because the take a note doesn't seem to have an information piece anywhere about what kind of Tomoe River paper they are using. They are stating they're using 68 GSM, but it's not decipherable from the text whether it is old or new 68 TRP, and I'm just curious. 68 GSM is not my favorite anyway, so I'll just maybe I'll just make a creative test spread and see how that looks and see if I like it, and then I can decide if this is the right thing for me moving forward. However, that is not really connected to my Hobonichi order, because even if the take a note is not going to work out for me, I'm not planning on using a Hobonichi for my creative journal next year. Now that I'm thinking about it, doesn't matter. I also had originally thought that maybe I would want to use a standard size. Basically the weeks that I'm using so well this last week here, and this is my to-do list. I was thinking of using a standard size in this format from Sterling Ink. But as I haven't really used my planner much since possibly May, this is totally enough for the way that I'm using it right now, that I had been using it until May. If this gets more heavy use until the middle of November, maybe I'm not even going to buy Hobonichi Weeks. Well, that purple one is so lovely. And then I might need to come up with an idea of how to use the Hobonichi Weeks, which I didn't want to do ever again because that sucks. Because technically, you're setting yourself up for failure the second you decide, oh, I'll find a use for this. Because it's not coming naturally to you in the first place. So why would it work out? It will never. Or I'm not disciplined enough to do that. Let's put it that way. All right. So that was the planner talk that I had. Right now, I'm very convinced that I can hold out until November. But we'll see what happens when all the Hobonichi unboxings come out. My main reason for being here right now is that I don't want to go to bed first. Second, that so here, let me tell you what is happening right now. So this is my second half of the journal. This is the first half. It's filled in, and the second half. And I'm really good in July. So this is that week when I spent most of my Thursday at Social Security office. Then I went camping. Then I went to the San Francisco Pen Show. And this is this week. So I'm actually blanking on 4 weeks. And just yesterday, after I placed my take a note order, I was like, so you're basically doubling the amount of work plus the size that you want to put into this creative journal. But also, you have not filled in one single spread that is smaller and just one page, double page. In August, make it make sense. Do you really need it? What if the second half of the year shows that this is all that you can manage? So I'm struggling to formulate my sentences right now. Maybe it's the vino. But basically, that's the reason why I don't want to order in September. Because what if? What if it works out? What if it works out? Could be. But what if, for some reason, by November, I know exactly that this is all I can manage every week? Even if I wanted to do more? Then the most sensible thing to do would be just use one of those again, right? Okay, we will see how that is going to work out. Or even, I think Sterling Ink also has this in an A5 size. No, let's just not. No, I don't want to use A5. If I use booklets like this, I want to use standard size notebooks. Because the only reason I'm switching to an A5 is because that's the only size the take a note comes in. And as far as I know, that's the only planner that has a week on 2 pages. Maybe Nolte would have some. Also, I have been So I have been writing every time I film a new pen day video. Here, for instance, I will write this in my journal. However, getting 4 pens all at once and not really making a new pen day video for each pen individually, I have not made these notes. But I really think these first impression notes are awesome. Awesome to have looking back when maybe either I'm using it a year, 2 years later, and will I be thinking this deeply about my pens when I'm not filming video? Is the question that comes up, that Simone in my brain is asking right now. And the answer is probably yes. So in 2 years, even if I'm not making YouTube videos and I want to look at this pen again, maybe I'm considering selling it, then I can look at the first impressions. What did I think then? And I could technically possibly film this is how I felt about it in the beginning when I first got it, and this is how I feel about it now. So I started to write down my first impressions of all the pens. So I want to do the new pens first, then I want to do the gifted items, and then the nib grinds. So new gift pen, new grind day, new nib day. That's what I want to stagger them as. Cat alarm, there's a paw. And yeah, so I'm thinking about that, and I think yes, that's exactly. I'm of the opinion that if I go, first of all, I want to have this in here, and second of all, if I then do film a video about this new-ish pen, I can also call it kind of a review. And not just that, I still have those first impressions, the thoughts that I had. So just want to show you, if you haven't noticed, I don't even know if it's visible, but just imagine that the orange section, the burnt orange section, is gold sparkly. That is so cool. I did not see this until this was in my possession for almost a week by that time. I am still really loving this, and I would love the Hobonichi pen. So this would be a reason for why I should order from their site. So that's what I'm currently working on when I have a minute and doing that. But what I actually want to do so that I can move forward with the journaling, I would like to, here's my bag with the stuff that I want to do. Ooh, sorry for the shakiness. I want to go through all of this. This is part of the all of the stuff that I brought back home from the San Francisco Pen Show, and I want to sort it by want to put this in my ink journal. This goes into my pen show notebook, and then I want to draw some of the images from here and put them in here. And then I also have a bin with ephemera, where maybe if somebody gave me emoji giris, I can put them right here, so that all of this is sorted and empty for next year. I love saying it that way. So I'm just going to make piles, I think, and just put them on top of the notebooks that they are supposed to go in. So we have this one here, This is the, don't need this. This can go. Oh, look at this. Pencil, ink journal, and then I'll put the ephemera box over here. Yeah. So basically what we're doing today is just look at the stuff, the ephemera stuff that I brought back home from the San Francisco Pen Show. Matthew's nib works. So Matthew Chen, doesn't say on here, I was like checking to see. He is a student of Mike Masuyama. He tuned or made this pen wetter. Yeah, tuned is fine. He did not smooth it because he said, well, actually, there's nothing misaligned. And when I tested it, it felt to me while writing that there shouldn't be a misalignment. It should just be made wetter. And he also ground my beak point on my Esterbrook. That's also something that I really need to go start figuring out. So sorry for the tangent. These are all the pens that were inked before the show here. So I do have some specialty nibs like the beak point here. And I think I do want to switch them out and figure out a good way on how to be able to use all of the nibs that I have. Maybe it's the ink that is in here, but the beak point it's lovely, and I think it will work really well for, here, let me show it to you one more time, for letter writing, but I'm currently still catching up on all of this, so I have not written a letter at all. So all this to say, I don't really think I want to keep this nib in that pen long term. And I also don't know if this medium nib wants to stay on here. I should have gotten a fine, actually, but I didn't. But that's easily fixed. I could just order a nib from Penrealm, for instance, or any other person. When I order a spare Jowo nib from Penrealm, he can actually tune and smooth it already for me. That is the benefit of ordering from Kirk. So I want to get out all of, same with this one. This has a number 6 nib, even though it looks much smaller, it sits really deeply underneath the section is what I'm going to say. Hope you can see this. Let's compare it to this. This is flush with the section and this is not. It goes in deeper, and so this looks like it's much smaller than a number 6 nib. The funny thing is, it also because of the beak, it doesn't really look that much smaller. But yeah, I don't think this nib is the extra fine sig nib is a good nib to be on this pen. So I want to try it with something else. That's what I want to do sometime soon. I need to figure out how many specialty nibs, which ones do I want to use more often and less often. Even though I am a big proponent of you can just switch your nibs around in your pens as much as you like. Especially with Jowo nib housings, you don't have to pull the nib and feed out, which at the nib tuning class, Sunny Ko, the teacher, he said that, of course, if I had thought about it, I would come to the same conclusion. There's only so many times you can do that without wearing out the material, which is, common sense. But if you don't really think about it, you don't think to remember that is common sense. And so I always unscrew the nib housing. And because I don't match my pens to my inks, it doesn't really matter where my specialty nibs are housed. I will, if I want to use this ink with that nib, I will use whatever pen it's on. And so I can actually just permanently, meaning maybe 6 months or so, maybe forever, but also maybe when I notice this is not really working. But the intention is to leave it on there long term. I can just permanently marry pen and nib. And so I really want to think about which nibs am I using most often and all that, because I don't want to put a nib on a pen permanently and then realize I'm not using this pen because the nib is not interesting to me. So I want to do that. I want to rethink that strategy. So let us start with the pilot handwriting analysis, which I found to be quite disappointing. However, I was there at 4:30 p.m. on Sunday after being at the pen show for 3 days. Of course, I would find this disappointing because I could care less. So if I had thought more about this, I would not have made that appointment. I mean, I could have not shown up, but I'm not that type. If I commit to something, yeah. So this is the analysis. I would love to actually, unfortunately, Kirk Spear did not do these cards where he said, this is your writing angle and blah, blah, blah. Is he measuring it? So this would be interesting to see if this measures up to somebody else. And I am twisting my pen if outward. I always thought I was twisting it inward. So maybe that's the reason why the left oblique didn't work. Yep, I think that's the reason why. Should be the reason why. So actually, I should probably have a right oblique. I should test those at another event. That is so interesting. My writing pressure is 154, which is exactly, she said it would be the average of American people writing pressure, which I'm not an American person, but I'm definitely not using signs. Is that what you call this? So I'm using a different type of writing font to write. It's a completely different set. These this writing has a different name than cursive writing, and that is escapes me. I knew that. She did not explain the 12 strokes thingy to me. I'm seeing right now. Your writing pressure is slightly lighter, and you tend to write with your pen at an upright angle and slightly twisted outward. Pilot's recommendation is fine and fine medium, which I find very interesting because I'm actually trending towards, like, my favorite pilot nib, she says, and then she realizes she has never written with a pilot fine, so she couldn't even tell you that if that is her favorite nib size. But my favorite pilot nib size is medium. I had a fine medium from Pilot in the custom Heritage 92. And I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to keep it. So that's an interesting observation. Now, I do only have 3 Pilot pens. 4 nibs, 3 pens. The Pilot Custom 74, the Pilot Custom 823, and the Pilot Vanishing Point, and they all have medium nibs. and I have the extra nib unit in extra fine from the pen show. So I don't even know if that's something that's staying in my collection long term. And then my writing angle is 55 degrees, which is that it says an upright angle. So should it be further down like this? I feel like my fingers extend more if I have it that way. Interesting. But that's my results. And I think I want these in here. So just stick them in. Maybe I'm going to put them in like so. I think that's better. All right, I want to put this in here for the nib grind. Then this Glassophy, I came to their table at a time when she was already almost sold out. And so I did not, or she didn't have stuff left that I would have wanted. But I tried the nibs and they are fantastic. Like, so cool that we'll see. But maybe next year I'm going to get a glass nib. This is going in here. This was the test of the extra fine nib unit. And I was like, this is amazing, actually. Maybe I'll put it in here. This is White Bear pens. These were tickets from the raffles. You know, the thing about these raffles is that you go by that booth and then they tell you, come back at 3 p.m. and you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be back at 3 p.m. And the next time you look at your watch, it's like 3:30, and even though they picked your number, you weren't here to claim the prize, and so they picked another number. These are samples from Pamela that I want to swatch, hopefully next week, because I'm not going to wait longer than I thought I was going to wait for. Oh, this is lovely. So cool. Isn't this cool? I love it. Need to figure out where to put this, but this is going into my ephemera box for now. I waited so long the last time that I received samples that they were in my stash for months and months before I even started swatching them, and I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, that's just not how I want to live my life. I don't want to keep myself from all the good things just because I need to do other things first. So there is Birmingham Penco, a lot of Birmingham Penco, most of it is Birmingham Penco. And then one is Sailor Shikiori Kazagi. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to filming a video and swatching those. And then she gave me these beautiful leaf stickers. Oh man, the natural line. Lovely. I wonder if they zoom in really closely to draw this fine. So beautiful. Then plant more trees. What else? This is from Foxglove and Fennel. I love the freebies. So these are from Foxglove and Fennel is the street name. Wow, so fun. So I moved the camera a little bit closer to my where I'm sitting. Jana Leon Jenna Lyon. Jenna Lyon. I'm saying Jenna Lyon. I hope that's the right way. And she's been selling stickers on that website. She also has a YouTube channel over there. And her artwork is so lovely. And this is going to go... Look at this. This says not waterproof. Okay. Okay. I think I want to put this right here. There. I even think I'm going to stick it down with the full frame. Can I do this? Is this going to work, or is it going to just come apart? Yep, so this is lovely. So what did I want to say? I wanted to say that I want to go through this whole thing and see what I'm going to do with all of these. Oh, look at these. Perfect for labeling ink samples. Oh, those nibs are so cool. Jenna, this is so awesome. Thank you so much. Then, regalia paper. I don't know. Don't really have a use for this, so maybe I'll just put it in my de-stash pile. What do I think? Oh, I need to write on this with my Leonardo. I think this is my wettest pen now. Look at how much ink is on there. So it doesn't seem to feather. This wet ink is really wet. It shows the color quite nicely. And this is what it looks like from the back side. It's okay, right? It feels, no. Cosmo Air Light. So when I tested this notebook a couple of years ago almost now, and it felt a little bit more like Cosmo Air Light, or the memory that I have of it is more like Cosmo Air Light. But this right now does not feel like that. It feels like fountain pen friendly paper. It's definitely coated. It's smooth. Yeah. So giveaway pile. These cards. Ooh. Got all of my stamps here. So I'm going to put that in here. And then I have these. Oh, I announced a giveaway on my YouTube video, and haha, I said I was going to put up a photo of it. Well, when you watch this, if you're not a Ko-fi member, then the giveaway has closed and the winner has been notified already. So this definitely does not concern you, but I definitely have to think of that photo. This is what I use my planner for. Take photo for giveaway. Bring it up here. So I think I want to, this one. I want to include this in the pen show giveaway photo. Then I guess I'm going to include that postcard as well. I'm going to keep those. I'm going to put those into my, actually in here as well, because all of this I can use in Happy Mail and stuff. Who's this one? This Paper Journey. San Francisco Pen Show 2024. Ooh. I don't think this is something that I need. Then not a sticker. So I'm going, that's such a nice idea. It's super simple. It's just a fountain pen stamped, and then where we got it from and what's the Instagram name. And then there is a lifesaver. This I can put away side. What else? This one is need to journal. So this one goes into my thing. I believe this is a washi tape from Job's journal. So cool. How about I stick that in here? Oh, I'm going to stick it right on here. Oh, so much hair. So much hair. The problem with being a frugal crafter is that you have so much stuff to repurpose and use. This is nice. I will just put stuff in there. Oh. She knew that she was going to give this to me. This is such a cute note card. Oh. Hello Kitty. Oh, and there's circle stamps, and then so circle stickers, and then she just stamped stamps on here, and these came out so nice. Such a precise stamping image. I love it. Thank you so much. These are so lovely. You've got meow. So I'm going to put those in here. This is cool. Do I want to keep this? It sounds weird when I say, do I want to keep this? Sometimes I don't know where to stick things. And so I actually, even if I love something, I think twice, am I actually going to use this? And if I don't, then I'm going to give it away right away. If I think I might, I'm going to put it right here. And if I know already where it's going to go, I'm going to put it where, whatever journal it's going to be. But that, that's how I'm, even if I really like something, I think just admiring it and saying, okay, man, this looks so good. These are so lovely. Is this on the back of all of these cards? I don't like that. I would love to use this as real estate. Monarca Cardona. Oh man, I like the winter night. This looks really lovely. Friends, did you hear me? If you have this as a sample, I would love to try it. I'm just going to put this here because maybe I'll use it in some form. This is so cool. I think these are tea dyed papers maybe, or coffee dyed. This is a note paper that I will use. Oh my gosh. Leek. So cute. Thank you so much, Need to Journal. I really love these items. And oh, she also gave us this beautiful card. This one, I already know where this is going. I have another journal. You know, you can never have too many journals. Where is it? This I made myself. This is a junk journal, and I put stuff in that I don't want to throw away and that I also don't include into my journal. I go through this maybe every 3 or 4 months, and then not through this, but through another bin where I throw in all of those things. And then I pull it out, and then I put stuff in here. And I think this is a great place where this can go. But today is not the day when I'm going to go work on that. But that is probably coming up one day, someday soon. I purchased washi tape, but unfortunately, I think I ripped this all apart. So this I can throw away. Do I have a pile? Yes, here. Oh, and then my friend Amy, actually, so she made these flowers and then she scanned them in and printed them out, and then she fussy cut around these. So lovely. I love those. Hannah made it. Oh yes, I remember. You totally copied, who is that, Journal Station? Someone. Which I think that's totally cool because their thing is awesome. They always, ooh, what's this? They always take a photo of your order. Oh my gosh, and look at how meta this is. The photo is in here as well. That is so cool. But it's not in this photo. It just goes one deep, but it's so cool. I love it. Yeah, pretty, super cool idea. Like that's your business card, basically. I'm so hot right now. Composition book challenge. We need to look this up, friends. So it is compositionbookchallenge.card.co. At Hannah Made It. This is a photo of a person holding a tea, and it's also the rainbow flag, which I like. It's super lovely. And this is, I don't know who gave this to me. I remember them, but I don't remember them either. Ugh, need to look it up too. Oh, this goes here, and these goes here. Going to be, then maybe I'll leave from Corolla over here. I don't know yet. This is Penlux. Ooh, so holographic and cool. This goes here. And then this was in Hannah Made It. Oh my God. Really? This is amazing. Oh my gosh. This is going on my journal for sure. What an awesome, what? You could have charged people for this. This is so cool. So we totally need to check out that. It's Hannah Made It on Instagram and compositionbookchallenge.card.co. Oh my gosh, so cool. Thank you so much, Hannah. This is fantastic. I wish I had opened this at the show so that I could like let you know in person how amazing this is. This is such a great idea. This I got from Galen at Fountain Pendulum. She went to Yoseka Stationery to the Stationery Fest. So she stamped this. And then she did the Golden Gate Bridge has a stamp. I did not know that. But this is going in here. Wow. I'm like... And then she gave me a paper sticker from Stationery Fest. This is so cool. Atlas Stationers. I met Brandon, but when I met him on Friday, he was already out of the gum ink. And then I thought, well, you know, you don't really enjoy Robert Oster inks and you're not a favorite. Shimmer inks are also not your favorite. So that's 2, not my favorite. Shouldn't that be okay, let this ink go to someone who would appreciate it more than me? I'm going to put this here. I think I need to get water because I would love to down my water. So this I want to definitely put into my journal. Also, when I pick this up, I get this whole thing, but I don't really need the whole thing. I just need the paper because I can bring this next year. San Francisco Pen Show, by the way. Then, I met some people on Friday, and I did not meet them for very long. Because they were with Chelsea from Those With Words, and I talked to Chelsea a little bit longer than to the others. The others, I was like, hi, they gave me this. I did not have anything for them. And then I talked to Chelsea, but by the time that we were done, when we met, it was already afternoon, maybe 4:30, 5-ish, and I was done. I could not, my attention span wasn't long enough to pay attention to the lovely people that I could have had the chance to meet and chat with, because of course Joy was here, and last time we had a class together, and it's like Joy, Chelsea, who else? My friend Mar, my friend Amy. There's some people that I hung out with before, either virtually, or there are some people that I saw last year, or that are in my Discord, or that somehow I'm connected to them a little bit more than maybe to other people. It feels like even though you don't really talk much, and even though you don't really spend that much time together, it's like meeting old friends. You don't really need to talk much just to enjoy each other's company. And that's how I feel about Joy. But I wish I could have, instead of like just receiving the package and being happy about it, it would have been so much more fun to, you know, maybe hang out a little bit, even if we were just sitting in the, you know, the hotel lobby area on the couches, not even talk much, but just like hang out. Would have been fun. This might go in here. So my plan is to do this first. Everything else that is left over goes in here. And then when this is done, I'm going to see how much pages are left. And then I'll either reuse this one more time for the San Francisco Pen Show 2025, or I'll start another notebook next year. Bay Area Planners goes here. And then Joy is a lover of Mizutama. And I'm... Oh, so cute. These papers are so lovely. I'll use those. This goes in here. And then this was from, is it GC Blessings? Yes. Open here. You deserve to be happy. That is so cool. Thank you so much. Oh, and I love this. So cool. That's awesome. And some candy. And I don't have books for that, but I'm just going to put it to the side. Where's the other? Ugh. So I left this in here. It's like so fun that when you're from Hawaii, you always have stuff to bring because people always love, like, there's so many things that Hawaii is known for that you can bring. Maybe I need to bring some poker chips from Reno. What is Reno known for? I don't know. I'll bring you a little bit of desert here. Put that here. So I don't know if I want to. I'm going to open this now because I will forget otherwise. Okay, I'm going to read this later. I will put this into my Happy Mail notebook, which I did not have out because I didn't think I would need to put that in here. Also, thanks to Pika for your card from Banff National Park. It's lovely. Ugh. Max mangled it. I'm so glad I still have some of it left. I love these types of cards. Also, let's talk about cards. I could bring a card from Reno if a card existed. I do not have found a card that you can buy at a local store. I went to the tourist info. They did not have cards. So I don't really know where to go, actually, to find Reno cards. This was from my friend Sinna. I think I said it wrong the first time around. So when I saw people, I don't know if this is normal, if this is just a stationery thing, and then it moved over to going to meeting up at pen shows. But this is what stationery people do. They pack these little envelopes for friends. And I am notoriously the person who forgets until the last second. Thai coffee flavored hard candy. And then some, you know what this looks like? Oh my gosh. This looks so similar to, unfortunately, you can't really see well. Maybe this is better. So when I was living in Germany, I lived in Görlitz, which is the easternmost city in Germany. It's actually divided. After the Second World War, it was divided by the don't know the river anymore, the river Neiße. And so one part on the eastern side of the river is Polish and is called Skorzelec, and the other side is on the western side is in Germany, and it is called Görlitz. I moved there when I was 16 and I felt horrible. That's a story. I have so many stories to tell. I should write a book. It was one time it was the European Union easternmost border, but since then the European Union has expanded. But at one point that was where it was. So I lived there, and Görlitz is, I think it's called UNESCO Weltkulturerbe. So if I translate this word by word, UNESCO, UNESCO, is the organization, and it's a world culture, what's Erbe in English? Inheritance. So basically, the whole city is to be preserved, and I mean, in times of war, nobody's going to listen to these rules, but in theory, you can't do airstrikes on Görlitz anymore because it's so historically important. Several movies have been filmed there also, and it's a really, really beautiful town, city, whatever. If you're in Europe and you're visiting Europe and you're visiting Germany, make sure you visit one of those really old towns. Not just Rothenburg ob der Tauber is a pretty old German city. There's lots of them. Görlitz is definitely eine Reise wert. Worth a visit. So, houses looked like this there. Munich is something that looks very similar. And the town that I lived in when I was an adult, where I got my kids, Freising, is also super old. It's where Weihenstephan Brewery is. So, yeah, I've lived in very historic cities. It's because I studied architecture. But this is basically what these towns look like. Lovely. Okay, enough stories. More of those older cityscapes. Then cat, a hamster, some kind of animal that I don't know the English word for. These are cute. And then this is a lighthouse. Oh my gosh, I love this. A tree. And lastly, oh, this is from my friend Amy again. She made this mushroom. Maybe I'll include this in my thing. This is from Inkapet. They have an awesome thing here. I can't believe you can see this. If you forgot something, you have a coupon code for 20% off. That's cool. I'm gonna stick this in because I actually didn't forget anything. This is from Fogcats, which came here. I'm gonna put this here. What is this? Oh, I wanted to give this away, but then I decided to keep it. I thought instead of donating it to the Bay Area Planners Meetup, I should give it to someone that I know would use this. So, Maria, are you using lists like this? And it feels actually... Oh my God, really bad, really bad. It felt really smooth, but no. If you would use what if we used a really fine? Maria doesn't use really fine nibs though. Better. So if you used a really fine nib, you could totally use fountain pens on this paper. Yeah, one of my sewing friends, please let me know if you would use this. This is, of course, a German artist, and so she did not know that in work is probably better translated with in process, but that's fine. You could also put WIP, work in progress. So, yeah, friends, let me know. What else? There's not much left. I thought I had more, but that's okay. I don't need more. Then Wit and Wix Emoji Giri. So cool. This is from the Snarky Wordsworth Christie. Then these are washi samples that my friend Amy gave me. I purchased this at the Everyday Explorers table. Let's look at this. Oh my God, it's so warm. So warm in here. Coffee and journals. No such thing as too many pens. I need to tattoo this on my body so that I don't always think I need one in every color, please. My idea of me time and fountain pen friendly. I am definitely fountain pen friendly. looking if I could make S. So I can make an S and an F. S, F, P, E, N, show. I could make a pen show. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think they're used up now. Trash. Trash is over here. Then when I purchased the Sailor stuff, they gave me this card. It's the Sailor Pen Guild. Oh, and they have an Instagram, so maybe I should check that out. And I'm going to probably cut this out and stick this in here. There is a new pen in your future. I think I'm going to stick this into my journal. Fountain pendulum. Handmade desk accessories for fountain pen and ink enthusiasts. Oh. Okay. I saw a spelling mistake right here. Maybe you can see it too. More of the washi that Amy shared with me. And then I have the card from Mayfair Pens, and I'm going to put that in here as well. So that's it. I think what I'm going to do is stick that right here because it actually is already, maybe I'll just, there's something on the back of this card. Maybe I'll, you know what? I'm just going to stick it right here. Like stick it. And then that's good. Okay. And then Matthew's nibwork, I'm going to put in whenever, oh, actually, he tuned this pen. And then I can stick it right here. And he also ground the nib that I'm going to talk about next. So that's going to be good, a good thing to do. This is done. What is all this? This goes here. And then I purchased some washi tape. Oh, and I thought that maybe I could stamp with my new stamps into here as well. I already did. Ugh, I forgot. But there was a San Francisco pen show stamp that I could add still. So I already used some of my new stamps. This is the Everyday Explorers Co. pen show, San Francisco pen show stamp. And this is the well-appointed desk, something with fountain pen. But yeah, that's the strategy that I'm currently having. I am going to work on my spread. Not now. I'm going to bed now. I'm currently watching Kristen's San Francisco pen show video. And I need like a day for an hour and 15-minute video because I'm getting interrupted all the time. So I'm still watching that. I started last night. So I'm going to work on this first. If I need more stuff from here, I'm going to insert that here. Then I'm going to work on this. This is just going to stay like so for now. And I still have to catch up quite a bit, which I'm so annoyed that I don't have enough energy at night to work on this. But maybe I can make every journal for 5 minutes every day next week. Or I could do one of those horizontal spreads like I did here, where I just wrote a tiny snippet of every day. Instead of deciding to decorate, I let the decoration be my fountain pens. So I could do that here so that I can catch up more easily. Or I'll leave it blank. That's also an option as well. Yeah, so when I'm journaling in here and when I'm starting to write letters, I will dig through this and then I will figure out this is something that I can pass along to someone else or I'll use this for something. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. My mouth is so dry. There's going to be dust coming out. So I hope to see you again soon. Not sure I'm going to film tomorrow and when I'll publish that, but we will see. Until then, bye.